Gonna play some standard now. Trying out this awesome blue-green Quasiduplicate deck that's been going around. Idea is Quasiduplicate's kind of messed up with Risen Reef, and you get to go wild with that. Eventually dig through your whole deck by copying Cavalier of Thorns. There's only Nexuses left. It's really sweet. Cavalier of Thorns even dumps Quasiduplicates in your yard that you can flash back, which is some nice interaction. I don't know how good this deck is, but I know another MPL member, I can't remember his name, but he ended up getting to number 6 with it on the ladder, which is kind of sweet. I think it was Greg Kowalski, quite possibly. So, pretty excited to try this. No, I think it was Greg Scooter. He tweeted out about it, which is how I saw the list. I was like, this seems sweet. I should update the title. So people know what we're playing. Quasiduplicate nonsense. Update title. Awesome. I think this goes okay. Could do with climbing the ranks a little bit, you know? This is a Mulligan. This does not seem like a great hand, but also I am going to keep. Second Tamiyo doesn't even do that much. I guess we're never casting this, like not casting this Nexus of Fate for forever. Copying Risen Reef sounds like a blast. I'm very much looking forward to that. Oh, these are good sleeves. These are good hacking sleeves. I'm kind of sad I didn't buy the Narset ones before they were taken off the store. But the Nissa ones are pretty great, so. Believe the word the kids use is kawaii. Interesting. Probably a Golos deck if they have Temple of Epiphany. I do like Nexus of Fate. I'm not saying that I don't. We're a bit off from casting it. We have a Tamiyo, which really likes us to have Nexuses in our hand though. We can confirm. Whatever, I'll put it in the yard, I guess, and shuffle it back in. I'm probably a bit off of casting that one. I really hope they do too, Scooter. I kind of, there's like a few that I wish I'd gotten. I want the I wish I got the Narset sleeves, and I wish I got the Kaya sleeves. The Kaya sleeves are nice. At some point, I need to like tweet the Arena account and ask what their situation is with that. Oh my gosh, Vipka. You are great. Alright, play Tammy. What are we naming? Probably Cavalier of Thorns, I guess. Cavalier of Thorns sounds kind of dope. Could also just be Risen Reef. I think those are like the two appealing things to name. Reef, yeah, Reef is also a good one. I kind of like how next turn we could just play the Cavalier as our 5-drop though, and then it gets us to Nexus on 6. Like, I'm probably just going to name Cavalier again this turn too. Cavalier is such a nice thing to Quasiduplicate as well. They're on the Arrow deck, like Jeff Hooplin's deck. Well, I don't know if Hoogland's playing all like the weird lands. Alright, I'm just gonna name Cavalier again. So I would really like a Cavalier of Thorns. So I can go Wildgrowth Walker, copy Jadelight Ranger. It makes this a 3/5. It's not amazing. It's like fine. Which thing am I discarding? I don't really want to discard a Tamiyo. I definitely don't want to discard Nexus, though. I never want to miss a land drop. I guess I do have a Tamiyo in play, so... Sure, I'll discard this Tamiyo. Awesome. Found a land, found another Tamiyo. I don't know if I keep this. It's like, fine. I really want a Reef or a Cavalier. It's also nice to have access to a backup Tamiyo is the thing. In case this Tamiyo ends up dying somehow. Which, like, could definitely happen. There's a big chunky 5/6 over there. A bunch of zombies coming our way. Also just like a blast zone in play. Never know what that's gonna do. Oh my god. I think we just died. I wish I'd kept the backup Tamiyo now. What do I think about the modern deck? I think it's well positioned to be just like one of the very best modern decks once Hogak goes away. Like, it's been putting up really good results even with Hogak in the format. I guess the one thing is people haven't been targeting me as a deck at all. Because they need so much grave hate at the moment that you can't really afford to justify... You can't really justify playing much artifact hate. So that might make the deck a bit weaker. It also feels like that deck's pretty good against artifact hate in general as far as artifact decks go. Or at least, like, I've been, like, you know, pretty unexcited to draw in a Braid or whatever against that deck. In practice. So this is a good one. I guess I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, Urza doesn't gain any ground. It's true. Urza's like one of the decks that's like kind of decent against Hogak. But it is sweet. It's pretty powerful. Huh. I'm surprised they didn't just like Stone Rain me. They've seen Nexus in our deck. I guess they figure they're gonna kill me pretty quickly this way though. Which is fair. Okay, I'm probably just gonna get run over here. I didn't want to kill the Cavalier because then they just get back Casualties of War, and I cannot beat that card. We're gonna cast the Nexus. Get my land drop here. Cavalier is a good one. I'm really far behind. Bit of me wants to take a risk and play this Risen Reef and hope to hit an untapped land and put it in my hand and cast the Cavalier afterwards. It's probably just greedy though. Even with me being like pretty far behind. Oh wow. I think we have died. That's not great for us. We really needed that land for this Risen Reef to stand a chance here. Because this can block the 5/6, but then we're taking 2, 8, 9, 13. And that's if they have nothing. Casualties of War seems busted against us. Interesting. Those Casualties of Wars were so impressive. We just want Veil of Summers for them, probably. Yeah, Veil Summer is busted against casualties. I agree. I definitely want these. Wildgrowth Walker does not seem like what these games are about necessarily. I guess Hydroid Krasis isn't really what these games are about. You want to reversal it more? Alright, I'm sold. You convinced me, Scooter. Did convince me. Is there anything else we want? Why do you think it's bad? Sounds dope. They spend 6 mana and you spend 2. Like, they can recast it again the turn after, but you buy yourself a bit of time. I don't know. I guess I just cut this and call that it. I don't think I want negates. It could be that the River's Rebukes are, like, decent. But I don't think so. They just rebuild all their stuff so easily. It's, like, pretty awkward against Cavalier that they get another trigger. Just develop their mana more. Isn't Negate safer versus copying it? Yes, but it's also much less fun. Alright, I believe. You don't put mana dorks in your deck not to cross your fingers and believe. It's true, Mimi. Big mood. So unlucky. So incredibly unlucky. Ooh, Slovers. Slovers versus Llanowar Elves. Who would win? Alright, Jadelight Ranger. You have some work to do, let me tell you. No. Thank you. We got that. Leafkin is going to make 2 mana pretty soon. Very much looking forward to that one. Alright. We don't have blue mana yet. But you know, details, details. Details. I'm just gonna name Cavalier or Risen Reef. Yeah, sure. Just always name Cavalier. Cavalier is dope. Wow. We revealed 3 Nexuses. Statistically, that's like somewhat improbable. Wait, how do you reveal 3 Nexuses? I guess we just revealed 2 and it showed up weirdly or something. Are you sure it's more of a sloth than a lemur? It looks like a sloth to me, I don't know. Maybe it is a lemur. I like calling it slovers though, so we're gonna stick with that. I'm so worried about getting casualties next turn, but also there's no world in which I'm not veiling this. No worries, Ang, it's fine. Just really like thinking of him as a sloth friend, you know? Such a little cutie. 3, 4, 5. Interesting. I guess I want to name Risen Reef. Oh, I could just get back Veil of Summer. That's kind of dope. I kind of just want to get back Veil of Summer. Aww, Vivka. Oh my gosh. I can go to the graveyard. That is not blue mana. It's also not blue mana. I guess. Sure. I really want to get back a blue mana source. I'm also just like terrified. Both in a general sense and of casualties of war. You have to take every opportunity. I understand that. I respect that attitude. That is surprisingly brutal. Okay. I guess we lose all our mana. That is not a card I was expecting in that deck. It's really strong here though. Get Soot on. Yeah, just a little awkward. Like a little awkward. Risen Reef. One day we will hit a card with our Tamiyo, and on that day I will be very happy. We're like 0 for 5 on Tamiyo pluses this match. It's so heartbreaking. Yeah, they have not been kind to us. Today is not that day. Indeed. How do we ever beat Field of the Dead? They fixed the sometimes drawing cards of Tamiyo bug. Oh. That's a lot of Zombo friends. Alright. That's not terrible as such. Selective snaring zombies does not seem like the best way to win a game. Then they just make more zombies. I guess it buys you like a turn or two. What am I even naming? It's a good question, Autumn. Thank you for asking. I don't even know what beats these zombie friends. Yes, I'm just gonna name Risen Reef. Okay, now we hope our Cavalier hits something. This means we still have Veil held up. Maybe the Narset reversals aren't good. Like, they probably only have like 2 or 3 casualties of war in that deck. It's very good against those though. It's true, if we can find another blue source, we can definitely take some turns. I don't think we can go infinite though, Reavowed. Or it's very hard to, from this position. Like, I think we'd have to let them have at least one more turn before we'd get to go infinite. I mean, killing a Field of the Dead is great, right? Like, I think that aspect of copying it is really good. Getting a Field of the Dead off the board. I think this means we're dead because they have a Field of Ruin. They might not see it. Yeah, I agree, Scooter. There are times you're just gonna like knock them off their second black source. Opponent's smart. Alright, that's a little brutal. Casualties of War was just very good against us game 1, and then the Ritual set was really hard to beat. Also just like slightly awkward draw game 2, it felt like. You know, might have been the hand I kept. I will not attempt to deny this. Okay, this hand definitely makes some mana. Uh-huh. We now get to test our nonsense against the best deck in the format. Yep. No blocks. Present, I kind of just want to... they do this. I kind of want to set up for turn 3 Cavalier. I really wanted to Jadelight because it, like, blocks this stuff. Is the thing. Buys me, like, a bit of time. I think I kind of have to Jadelight. It sucks that it means my Cavalier is not coming down on 3, but... I think Tamiyo is too slow here? Most likely. I guess the downside to playing Jadelight is it makes Wildgrowth Walker a really unexciting draw if we don't have a Jadelight in hand. Sure. Like to block your lieutenant, please. Very happy to trade with that one. This is a little scary. They could have a Sorin coming down next turn. Oh, but I get to do this. I lose my Llanowar Elf. Okay, chat. Am I meant to Blast Zone, lose my Llanowar Elf, but sweep my opponent's board? Or am I meant to go Leafkin, Temple of Mystery, set up for the Cavalier? Yeah, my draws are a little awkward. Might keep it the game though. The Casualties of Wars seem really impressive in your deck. They were very strong. I kinda just want to do this. Losing my Llanowar Elf sucks. I think this just buys me so much time. Incoming Sorin. No! I tried my hardest. Oh. I tried my hardest to keep them off Sorin for a turn. Okay. Well then. Salt, salt, salt. Now they get to kill my Leafkin. Ah. I'm surprised I'm not killing my Leafkin. I guess it's like reasonably immaterial what they do at this point, but... Right, Temple of Mystery. Shuffle in the Nexus. Bottom this land. Why isn't Sorin double black? I don't know. This card does seem a bit pushed. So this is one short of lethal. Okay. So we just have to make sure they never take a turn for the rest of the game. Or that when they do take a turn, both these permanents are off the board. Sounds pretty realistic, honestly. It's true. Kill the Leafkin, kill me, it's kind of all the same. I guess I'm attacking Sorin. I don't know how I get this Sanctum Seeker off the board, but... There's a lot of life to string together Nexuses for, you're not wrong. Oh, they're double blocking. So this means I kill the Sanctum Seeker, right? I think it's good for me. I think that's like a starting point. So I can put a card on top of my library. I don't know if any of these cards have text. Maybe I want a land so I can Krasis to gain 3 life. Blast Zone. No, Blast Zone doesn't do anything. I guess it is a land. Yeah, so I get the Blast Zone, you're correct. Free life also doesn't do anything. Yeah! So we need to Nexus. And then next turn, we need to draw Llanowar Elf plus untapped green source. Still don't know how we get there. Because we're tapping the Leafkin Druid in the process. Alright, I'm convinced that I'm dead. Vampire is so good. So good. Alright. Oh, we get to bring these Selective Snares, which I'm assuming are good. I always find Veilsome are really awkward against vampires. Okay, it's like fine, it's just really hard to hold it open. I guess we have Mana Dorks, which makes it better. I'm probably meant to bring like a couple of these in, realistically. It's probably a lot better with Mana Dorks in our deck. I'm used to like trying to board it in decks with like that having to tap out every turn to develop their mana, or like decks like Nexus, where like you just have, if you don't have a Wilderness Wreck in play, your mana's like pretty strained. But this deck has enough excess mana, it can probably get away with some Veils. Alright, this is kinda good. Wildgrowth Walker is not... This is not the best Wildgrowth Walker deck in the world. I guess a 1-3 is still decent against vampires though. So... Ooh. Gotta go Risen Reef this turn, and then next turn I get 2 triggers. I guess I could have also gone for the turn 3 Cavalier. Well, I get to do that anyway. Peace. I think it's kind of cool that, like, this archetype that was meant to be a thing in Standard but wasn't quite good enough is now, like, good enough to see play for the final 3 months. I think that's kind of cool. I don't really have a problem with it. Alright, let's get down my Cavalier. Don't think the order matters at all that I can think of. Oh, it does matter, because if I draw a Llanowar Elf off the Risen Reef, I want this untapped. Yeah. I'm not used to playing with these cards. Or if I draw like a Veil of Summer, maybe I want to keep it open. Anyway, hit a land, which is best possible. Risen Reef being bursted. Resolves. Next time we get a second Reef. Oh my god. I'm very excited for a second Risen Reef. It's not even clear having a second Risen Reef is better than having a second Cavalier. It certainly sounds a lot more fun though. I can probably discard this. Funky. They show up slightly differently. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is great. I'm so happy right now. So we want to decline this, right? So we can have it enter untapped. This is delightful. Honestly. Say go. I'm probably meant to attack with the Risen Reef. I'm never blocking with it, but I don't think it matters. Go away. Alright. That was convincing. Oh my gosh. That is a treat. I think Tamiyo might just like not be a card we want this matchup. Maybe I'm just meant to take out all of them. She's like kind of slow and clunky against aggro decks. I don't know when spoiler season starts. I'm kind of curious about that myself. September 9th. Okay. Cool. Very much looking forward to it. It's going to be a sweet set by the looks of things. I guess hashtag sponsored, although not sponsored to say that. My opinions on Eldraine are entirely my own. This is alright. Got some ramp. Autumn is cute, hashtag not sponsored. Wow, Mimi. Such powerful not sponsored content. Yeah, the Discord is for any subs. Doesn't matter how you subbed. If you're subbed, you should be able to access it. The Discord is great too. Strong recommend. Lots of lovely people there. Lots of good discussions. I do want some more spells. No. He killed my O3. So rude. I'm gonna die to a Legion Lieutenant, as tends to happen. I guess I'm just gonna cast a mini Krasis in a desperate attempt to not get run over. I might end up having to put this on 1 in a minute, just because Knight of the Ebon Legion is like functionally unkillable. This card is absurd. Jeez. Part of me feels like I literally just have to blast zone to get this off the table. Kinda isn't great. Okay, Selective Snare is actually an absurd draw, right? Vampire. This is actually great. It means we can get in our Shockland tapped as well. We kill the token permanently. This is dope. Now we get down to Cavalier next turn, which is then like a really good blocker. You can buy it back later with Tammy. Oh my gosh. That's great. That is delightful, honestly. Right, please don't kill my Cavalier. They can kill my Cavalier, we're in trouble, but... You've never seen Selective Snare? It's a nice one. It's these decks. Okay, so I can put Selective Snare back on the top, I guess. It's probably what I have to do. I can go... Selective... If they don't play another creature, this is good. If they play another creature, it's like not that good. But if they don't play another one, we get to go bounce your board, play Tamiyo plus Tamiyo. Which is really nice. Or even just like minus on the snare, I guess. Vampire. 1, 2. Boop, boop. Looks like Veil was main deckable, not really. The Vampire's deck doesn't actually have many targets for Veil main deck. A lot of the interaction in Vampires isn't the sideboard, right? It wants to be proactive game 1, and then in the post-board games, it's able to, like, board in the interaction that lines up well against its opponent. I actually kind of want to plus. Because there's a world... Depending on what they do next turn, there's a world in which we would want to just get back Hydroid Krasis, right? This is bad that they have removal for Tamiyo, but I don't think we're, like, terribly good at beating removal on Tamiyo anyway. The Sorin can just kill us. Eh. Sorin's always lethal. It's fine. They're not going to draw a Sorin. Who would ever draw a Sorin? So if I get back a Krasis... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why not get back Nexus? There are no Nexuses in our graveyard. That is not how Nexus of Fate works. Kind of just want to see what that Krasis. I go up to 4, this puts me to 3, and then I go to 1. But then I get to draw like a bunch of cards, and it sets me up pretty nice. Alright, this is the risky play. But I think it's also the play that, like, puts us in the best position if it works out. Because it helps us hit our land drops whilst, like, nominally protecting us. And then next time we can get back Snare and play, like, 2 Reefs. Which is... Right, they had the Legion's End. I was just kind of hoping they didn't have it, because they'd never, like, killed our elf at any point in this game. Guess they must have drawn it pretty recently. think I still like getting back the Krasis. It's the risky play. There's also the play that gives us the best shot at getting back into the game if it works out. I'm worried that just like playing a Risen Reef and casting Selective Snare is not that productive, because we just lock ourselves into having to spend 4 mana to time walk them every turn for the rest of the game. And we're like leaning on the value of having a Risen Reef in play being enough to like carry us through from there. But this is great. This hand is awesome. It does have the old awkward elf Wildgrowth Walker Jadelight Ranger interaction. Although this deck might be fine to play its Jadelight Ranger on too, because of Quasiduplicate. So it might be less awkward in this deck than in like the old black-green decks, where it always just like felt awful to have these 3 cards together because like they're all really good on curve, but like kinda don't work together well with the Llanowar Elf. Or we could just do this. Alright. Love to draw land next turn. Ooh, Barkhide Troll. I guess I'm just doing this now because I drew a Llanowar Elf, so I still get to use all my mana this turn. I get the Risen Reef trigger to dig for a land. Okay. Flame Sweep. Alright, that one is not as Flame Sweep, thankfully. I'm very happy to have Jadelight Ranger in hand against the Gruul deck. Gain myself some life, get myself a chonky blocker. Ooh. I really want to play out this Jadelight Ranger at some point, is the problem. I guess I just miss out on my Risen Reef value. The thing is, if I hit another land, I also get the Leafkin in play. And so I think this is pretty good. And then the Leafkin's just going to give me so much mana. Yeah. We need a blue source. I think once we hit a blue source, we like basically can't lose. We go like Wildgrowth Walker, Quasiduplicate the Jadelight, gain 12 against that aggro deck. I mean, I assume they do not have Clarion in their free freeze deck. Nexus. Alright. Just gonna do the obvious thing. Go Risen Reef into Walker, try and hit some lands. We get like a lot of triggers this way. I get to put 1 land into my hand for an untapped mana. I think I would rather that be a land that doesn't cause pain though. So I'm just gonna be greedy and hope we hit a land that doesn't hurt us. Leafkin's actually a good thing to cast. Okay, I'm gonna keep this on top and draw it to cast my Leafkin for the turn. Just have infinite mana. This is great. This is some foolishness. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Get to go like Nexus Cavalier. Or Nexus Tamiyo plus, maybe. Mm-hmm. Alright, Wildgrowth Walker, huh? Interesting. If I cast Tamiyo here, I get 2 Tamiyo pluses, but I think the Cavalier is kind of great to have in play. Gets us a bunch of Risen Reef triggers to give us more mana for next turn. Or, you know, they could be super off it. Understandable. This deck is delightful. It's a treat. Do we have anything for this matchup? Maybe River's Rebuke is good? I think everything else seems pretty bad. River's Rebuke specifically seems quite good. I'm gonna cut a couple Tamiyos to fit these in. Or maybe a Tamiyo and a Nexus. I think cutting 2 Tamiyos is pretty reasonable. Drake. I think Drake's pretty bad against that deck by the looks of things. They have so many green creatures. A bunch of their red creatures have trample. I think the chance that we actually want Drake in our deck is like incredibly minimal. Alright. Climb back into that top 1,000, please. Get a nice Wildgrowth Walker start. Waiting on our opponent. I don't know, I wonder if you want like the 4th Wildgrowth Walker on the board. It's kind of awkward because you only have the 4 Jadelight Rangers. Feels like there are a bunch of matchups though where you just really want to draw that Wildgrowth. This seems awkward. I'm gonna keep, but I could see this being bad in the matchup. Have I looped any people yet? In Landfall? In Landfall, the final game, we got to do the Masterminds for Scholar of Ages Go Infinite loop. It was nice. It was delightful, in fact. Leading on Temple of Mystery does mean we end up taking damage off our lands. I'm not convinced it's worth it. It's possible you're like tapped Reading Pool Harbor instead. You did. It's really exciting, Dr. Boy. Really happy you managed to do that. Golos is nice. Very much enjoy that Golos deck. Very much enjoy Golos. Full stop. Yeah, Tamiyo on the draw are a bit awkward against that deck. They're going to have a big, chunky Growth Chamber Guardian pretty soon. Or some other nonsense. She's going to be pretty hard to protect. She'll like soak up a bit of damage. It's not too relevant, but she can also dig us for a Cavalier while she's at it. Cavalier just seems absurd against Gruul. Blocks everything so well. The biggest speed bump you could ask for. Alright, I would like to block your 1/1. Playing a piercing dehyd. Oh no, Avery. I'm sorry to hear that. That sounds really rough. Hope you're feeling a bit better now. Definitely just naming Cavalier. Seems like the best possible card against them. We'd also have named Risen Reef. We would have hit. I think I prefer naming Cavalier. That spiral where you just want one win. Yeah, knowing when to take a bait break from the ladder is really important. It's also pretty hard to do sometimes. Magnificent. Yeah, I agree with Scooter. Never hesitate to take a break if you feel like you need one when you're laddering.
I think you will find my note.
Where are my Cavaliers? Ah. I will say, this is not the least awkward Tamiyo deck I've ever played. I have just generally like been less impressed with Tamiyo in non-combo decks. I guess this is like borderline combo though, like combo mid-range. The less you play, the more you win. Yeah, that makes sense, because you're in like a good headspace when you play the games, right? Helps a lot. Right, so Tamiyo's going down. We're also going to take some damage. I'm in a bit of trouble here. We are being rewarded for playing the Temple tapped on turn 1 though, and taking 2 damage. Otherwise we wouldn't be able to Nexus next turn as things stand. No block. Well, I guess I blocked the Llanowar Elf. But... What was my favorite Cavalier? A good question. Probably just the green one. I'm a reasonably spiky player, so drawn to cards that are actually competitive. And the green one is the one that's actually good. I think the blue one's like kind of fun. Not really good enough for standard though. Like, I do like brainstorming. Alright, I don't know how I possibly win this game. Especially now. That does make it more challenging. Okay. Game 3. Oh my god, Dokaboy. Fair point, well presented. Maybe I'm underrating this. It's like pretty good against Sarkhan. I'm gonna bring it in. Take out Nexus. It is pretty good against Sarkhan. Sarkhan is like one of the scarier cards in their deck. They might have Rekindling Phoenix too. Yeah, it's true. Narset really hoses the blue Cavalier. That's pretty sad. This hand is magnificently awkward. Also, I'm gonna keep. Oh, the Black Cavalier's bursted and limited, as far as I can tell. I assume all of them are pretty disgusting and limited, but... Alright, I would like to draw a Jadelight Ranger. Or a Risen Reef. Always a Risen Reef. I feel like all these kinds of decks would be much better if you could just play 8 Risen Reef. I want a functional reprint of Risen Reef in Eldraine. Is Lorelei still here? Lorelei, are we getting a functional reprint of Risen Reef in Eldraine? Can you tell us that? Oh wow. That is nice, Scooter. Jeez. You can't say anything about Eldraine. I just want to know if there's a functional reprint of Risen Reef. Jeez. Okay. I guess I attack them for one. You're gonna interpret that as meaning there certainly is. It's a good interpretation. There are cards in this set. Oh my gosh, Zoe. That's encouraging. It'd be a pretty bad set if that weren't. Oh, I'm so happy. This is great. We drew the good card in our deck. Drawing the good card in the deck is very helpful, you see. There's an easy way to play 8 Reefs. I'm not entirely liking where this is going, but go ahead, Scooter. Oh, Neoform. People have been doing that. It's kind of amusing. There's a fine turn, you know. Draw 2, make a Tarmogoyf and a Necropotence. Seems acceptable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, deal. I'm aware I should probably copy this Wildgrowth Walker. However, I should probably just copy this Wildgrowth Walker. It's so boring. I just want a second Risen Reef, you know? This isn't fun, just gaining life. Not even drawing extra cards every time we do anything. Alright. I think we're in an okay spot, chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're one short of... so we have to hit a land of the Jadelight Ranger to go Jadelight Nexus. I believe we can do this. I will say, this deck snowballs kind of absurdly once you let it do its thing. It's true. Standard feels like modern at the moment. It's so absurd. It really does feel like modern at the moment. Just like all these decks just snowball like crazy and you can't just do something fair like this. So I guess I do this, and then I have 3, 4, 5, 6, so I have to hit a land to go off fully. But I'm gonna try, chat. I'm gonna try. What's the GAC of standard? So Hogak makes a turn to 8/8. Whereas Vampires makes a turn. I'm gonna take a Nexus turn, I guess. makes a turn 3 4/4 that draws you 3 cards and puts a Planeswalker in play. So, seem pretty comparable. You know, I could try and win. I kind of just want to have fun though, you know? This sounds much more fun. I could do this, or not even back in the thousands, rip. Oh, we can get the Elemental Cat today. We have to try and get the Elemental Cat today, chat. So fun for me, so heartbreaking. The rare Elemental Cat. Yeah, I bought 10 levels because there was like, you bought the pass with 10 levels included. It was before they revealed the fact that you could just get all the levels the fair way. So I assumed it was just a good deal at the time, and it turns out it was irrelevant, but shrug. Okay. Sure, this hand will do something. Interesting. I robbed not only myself. I think I mainly robbed myself, Scooter. Alright, play my Jadelight Ranger. If it doesn't hit an untapped land, it's pretty awkward. Sure, I'll keep another stupid Jadelight Ranger on top, I guess. Don't Nissa me, whatever you do. You wouldn't want to Nissa me, opponent, that would be mean. Okay, the Glacial Fortress in their Forest Temple of Mystery deck, so we're not getting Nissa this time. It's delightful. Alright, I'm done with Jadelight Rangers. Go away, Llanowar Elves. Derp 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 derp. This does block Nissa lands. I would like to block a Nissa land if a Nissa were to happen. I guess. I'm not sure we can beat Nissa into Krasis very easily, just generally, but... Huh. Sure. It is eminently shrug-worthy. Exceedingly fair magic card. Alright, we're just naming Cavalier like always. I keep wondering if I meant to name Risen Reef instead of Cavalier. I don't know if that's... Oh, I should play the Temple first, maybe. If the top card is something I want, then I can name it. But then I lose the Scry if it's something I don't want. I'm just gonna name Cavalier again. Awesome, we hit. Oh, we would have got one either way. I get to look smart regardless. I would like a land drop. Oh my gosh, man. Oh. Alright, 4/5 is pretty hard to block here, but... Deputy, taking my Jadelight, sure. Get to kill my Tammy, but then I get to play a Cavalier, which is great. If I can hit a blue source, I get to copy the Cavalier? No, I'm 1 mana short of that. Yeah, this is Quasi Reef. Deck is sweet. I'm not been winning a huge amount with it, but it is sweet. My Llanowar Elf, so rude. Actually kinda want them to bounce the Llanowar Elf, right? Because then there's a decent chance the Cavalier just lets me replay it. Stops them minusing on the Cavalier next turn. Yeah, opponent's smart. Alright, well... yeah, so I just grab this. And say go. You also want to get number 4 on ladder with this deck like a week or so ago. Yeah, I know Greg Kowalski got number 6 on ladder with it. That's one of those things where, like, he's a good enough player, he could probably get number 6 with anything, right? It's not necessarily saying much. Who gets to kill my Cavalier, but then I get back a Risen Reef. And get to go Risen Reef Quasiduplicate. I think this is, like, kind of fine, honestly. A truly good player could get 69th with anything. Oh my gosh, Scooter. Alright. Well... play my Risen Reef. So I get to play a land for turn. So I actually want to decline this and put it into my hand. For that reason. Because then if I draw a spell that I can cast for 2 mana, I can do that. Alright. Another Reef is nice. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay.
Trust me, I have a plan.
I did see that Bright Black. It was sweet. Really, really love the Golos decks. It's cool to see them doing well. Yes, we say no blocks. $69 is the friendly number. That's why people respond with nice. I mean, friendship is a pretty nice concept. I think I see where you're coming from there, Dokamoy. Clearly people should aim to use that number as much as possible, so as to spread that concept of friendship. Oh, my Risen Reef. Why would you do this? So rude. Oh, yes, I just have to cast this. I don't know how I beat this to Fairy Minus is the main problem. Just cast this again. spinning those wheels. Problem is, these have trample. Like, I'm still not convinced Voracious Hydra is a particularly good magic card for standard. It does have trample. Not sure how I beat that. I guess I have to get some Wildgrowth Walker life. I should have to play the Wildgrowth Walker then and hope to draw a Jadelight, right? But I don't have quite enough mana to go Reef first. Obs with our value on ones. They are particularly good against Tramplers, I hear. Believe I have died. I guess I can make a copy of the Wildgrowth Walker. And they can bounce the Deputy and eat the Wildgrowth Walkers. Maybe they won't see it. Play this. Yep. Say go. Games where you have like an uncontested turn 2 or turn 3 Reef feel kind of unlosable. Games where you don't, the deck is very derpy. Isn't that a perfectly ordinary armchair? Clearly. Nothing suspicious going on over here, opponent. Okay. They might not have seen it. Oh, yes, they bounced this.
An appreciation party
Ah.
for TikTok girls on Discord, but I want to emphasize we also appreciate you. Alley love 1 year sub career pog champ.
Oh my god, loves Marcus. You're ridiculous. Thank you so much for the continued support, Marcus. I appreciate you. Yeah, I missed that, chat. I missed that we'd have got a Jadelight Ranger back. Or maybe I was hoping they were ghosting and would follow my advice. Maybe that was what was happening. Thank you so much for the year of support, Marcus. I really appreciate you. It means a lot to me. This is 10 damage. So yes, I block with 1 Wildgrowth Walker and go to 1. Reasonable. You're exceedingly powerful, Marcus. Oh boy, that was an absurd draw. Jeez. That was actually nonsense. Alright, I think this game's over, chat. I hope. Our Song the Doggo. Thank you so much for the 3 months. I really appreciate the continued support, Song. It means a lot to me. Thank you. I guess we have to not deck. There's a slight detail I hadn't considered. Chat, how do we avoid decking? It's true, MTG bot gets a bit confused about these things sometimes. It's true, we can just keep casting Nexus AS. You like cast Nexus every time, 4 Nexuses for every creature you cast, right? That makes sense. Yeah. I figured it out. Chat. It took me a moment. Just cast four Nexuses for every creature you cast, and then you're fine. Well, that was wild. So you want River's Rebuke here? Yeah, like Veil of Summer's kind of garbage against the Teferi deck. We can't ever remove their Teferis anyway, right? Aw, Amber Anarchy. Thank you so much for coming in Night Autumn. It means so much to me. Thank you for the support. Definitely cutting a Tamiyo. I could just cut the Krasis. My Krasis is worse than their Krasis anyway. Oh, Risen Reef also doesn't draw cards. I did not know that, Sean. I mean, I did know that. I just hadn't processed that means you don't deck. That makes sense. That's pretty dope. Also, since we've had a couple new subs today, reminder that we have a subs-only Discord that you can access via connecting your Twitch and Discord accounts. !Discord. I believe gives you all the instructions. Having a Risen Reef in hand is nice. Makes this all a lot smoother. Subs. Oh my gosh, Marcus. You are misrepresenting some of the occupants of the Discord, I'll have you know. Alright. I need them to not have the Hydra to kill this Risen Reef, I guess. Look at me mocking Voracious Hydra and then being mortally terrified of it. The way it's meant to be. The Discord is the best. I really love our Discord. Oh my gosh, Selene. Ah. The opponent's curve has been nice. Dang. It's been quite reasonable. No Voracious Hydra, and I think we're in a good spot though. Honestly, I think we're in a good spot against Nissa potentially too. Yes, Nissa into Krasis is scary specifically. They don't have a Krasis. We get to go like Cavalier, have a million mana in play. Oh my god, is this where I get destroyed for blocking with the Leafkin? Oh, they have the Hydra. So brutal. Hydra is so good against us. Maybe I am underrating the Hydra. I'm just like living in mortal fear of it. Which hints that I might be underrating it as a Magic card. Confirmed best card in Standard. At the very least it's like decent. I think the problem is, I think the double counters mode is like really garbage. But giving green access to like a kill spell, like to a Ravenous Chupacabra, is pretty powerful. Yeah, I want it to be more powerful post-rotation. That makes sense. Alright, I think I'm dead. I guess I could draw a Wildgrowth Walker. That would give me a decent shot. Incoming Dovin's Veto. Ooh. Alright, hitting those land drops is actually, like, kind of reasonable. I need a Wildgrowth Walker, though. Need a Wildgrowth Walker. I think I can still survive. I can block. So I'm on 6. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need to block all the free freeze. Okay. This is such a good magic card. I don't know if I can keep it, though. What happens if I kill the elves with a blast zone? Block 2 free freeze and then I still die. So I have to play out another creature this turn. Which means I have to play out my elemental. I think if I'm winning it involves having a Risen Reef though. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna play out this. Oh, maybe this doesn't work though, because I'm gonna be chumping away with a bunch of my mana dorks. I can kill the Llanowar Elves, and they have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have to block 2 free freeze and a 2/3, so I can keep like 1 Leafkin. I'm also only going to have 2 blue mana, so I can't reef into Nexus either. It's the other problem. Because, like, in order to do this, yeah, maybe I just have to get rid of this. Alright, this is gonna kill me anyway, right? Because they make another 3/3. Pretty smart play from the opponent. Alright. Got to be on the play now, though. Hopefully our Risen Reef doesn't get sniped down. So do you think the Risen Reef is, like, absurdly important? Oh wow, there's a rotisserie draft. Chat in the Discord. That's so cool. I actually kind of want to take part in that almost. I did not know this was a thing. Wow. I really don't have time to take part in an ongoing rotisserie draft, but also it sounds really fun. I'm gonna keep this. You don't play the Risen Reef deck to not keep the Risen Reef double Quasiduplicate hand. It's obviously a bit risky though, against the Deputy of the Tension deck. Too many people were watching rotisserie stream earlier. That is how these things tend to happen. Gets rid of our elemental, but we have quasi-duplicates. That's fine. We don't mind playing out our elemental. Yeah, I think people are currently still figuring out how exactly it's going to work, Sean, but it seems really cool. Alright, Risen Reef, go. Missed on land. Rip. That's really bad for us. We really needed a land there. Please don't Hydra me. Okay. Just a Nissa. Just a turn free Nissa. Yeah. I feel like you're probably joking about the Neoform thing, but also maybe. Maybe it does. Hmm. Right. So, can't be a deputy of detention anyways. Go like copy Risen Reef, play Llanowar Elf, and that's pretty nice. Gets us well set up for a really silly turn. Come on, please reveal a land at some point. Ugh. This is so brutal. We just don't have any mana to work with. So now we have 6 mana, but they get to deputy my Risen Reefs. Yeah, this matchup feels really tough. They, like, apply a lot of pressure to you. The Hydra is pretty annoying, but also, like, the deputies are just absurd against the Quasiduplicate deck. Deputy just really blows you out copying your permanents, right? This has felt really challenging. Maybe it's my fault for casting a Quasiduplicate when I knew they could have had a deputy. My draws aren't lining up. I feel like my draws have been decent. It's not felt like I've been drawing badly or anything. Like, I guess hitting a land off a Risen Reef trigger would have been really helpful, but I don't think I have any right to complain about these draws. So I'm just dead now, right? Realistically, yeah. Alright. On to the next one. I wonder if, part of this deck winning beforehand was, like, maybe people weren't paying enough respect to killing the Risen Reefs previously. So I know there are a lot of times when I play against these mid-range decks and I just, like, try and ignore the Reef. But, like, this deck uses Reef in a really degenerate way. Makes it, like, much more important to kill it on sight. So it does feel like people have been paying a lot of respect to that card. No, I think if you take out the Wildgrowth Walker package, it's just, like, so hard for you to stabilize against aggressive decks. I don't know, is this a keep on 6? Probably not. I guess this deck mulligans pretty well because of Reef as well. Yeah, like, this is better than the 6, right? Just because it has a Risen Reef. Both of these are quite good. I guess once we have 2 Reefs in play, we'll find whatever we want. Oh my god, Camber, that is utter nonsense. That is complete foolishness. In fact. Or his losses straight up or running out of time. Oh. Alright. Come on, 4th land. 4th land would be nice. Yep. I guess I'm just casting this Wildgrowth Walker, hoping to find a blue source. Decline. Get my reefs going. Yes. Yes. Okay, we're doing some stuff. Just about. Nominally doing some stuff. It hasn't felt great, Cambo. It's been really fun when you get to do the thing. But it's certainly not been the most impressive deck I've ever played. Oh, huh. I guess I don't have a Jadelight Ranger currently, but also maybe Jadelight Ranger is the way I get into this game. Always like rebuy the Wildgrowth Walker if I need. Yeah, it's possible I'm just not meant to chump. Meant to hope for a Jadelight. Oh my god. Magic is the worst. Right. Anyway. MPL level draws. Something like that. Oh my god, am I gonna regret not leaving double blue untapped? Is that how this goes? Maybe. Okay. Right. This gets to block this, and then I need to chump 2 things, which is fine. Yes, we're dead to another. I guess we're not like literally dead to another Nissa. It's pretty wow. It's pretty awkward for us. Why wouldn't you use up the colorless mana? I want to be able to cast the Llanowar Elf if I draw one. That's so tilting. The auto-tapper doesn't understand colorless mana. Fair. Does anyone? What is colorless mana? We just don't know. That is a chonker. In fact. Alright. Please don't kill me. Kinda starting to do the thing. Would like to keep doing the thing. These don't have trample, right? You think I'd know that by now? So we go to free. Pay 2 mana to my Ferox Giant Growth. Get ya. Oh no, so what it's doing is Blast Zone is a higher priority land because it has an activated ability. So the mana from Blast Zone is saving till last for that reason. So there is an actual logic behind it. It's just a really bad, frustrating logic that like kind of screws you over. But like, there is a reason behind why it's doing it that way.
Phases of the moon, life waxes and wanes.
Alright. Think this is game. Hope. Copy my Wildgrowth Walker. Gain 12. Just the usual. Yep, sure. Love a land. Yeah, it takes into account spells in your hand. It also takes into account like how good the lands are. So mana made from a land like Blast Zone, it doesn't use up because it's seen as like a special land, and therefore it thinks the mana from it must be special. Okay, I don't really know how we ever lose this game. But...
The land shall conquer you.
like, next turn we're gonna gain a lot of life. If we so wish. Stroking the cat made them finally scoop. It's an important part of the strategy. Mono green. So this card seems quite bad against Nissa. Like, other than Nissa though, this card is absurd against them, and I do want to like cut a Tamiyo or two. So I guess I just bring these in. The games where they don't have Nissa, this card will be busted. The games where they do, like, should still help a bit, probably. I think I just like don't want all these Tamiyos in my deck regardless, so. Alright, hopefully this win. Oh no, we're on 98%, I guess we lost the last one. We're way away from top 1,000. Guess we keep this. It does not have a Risen Reef, but... Did we mod to 5 last game? Was that last game we mod to 5? Or was that against Bant? Hey Sushi. Good to see you. Oh, it's against Bant, okay. Makes our previous wins seem like slightly less impressive, I guess. Get to play a Cavalier, end the game on turn 3. Pretty great. Does this count as a payoff? It's a pretty nice one. I mean, Aether Gust is just not a terribly impressive card, right? The problem with Aethergust is you just give them the good spell back. Yeah, you have to be able to apply pressure, like Zoe's saying. If you can apply pressure, then Aethergust is really good. But if you're not applying pressure, then they just get to recast whatever you bounce. Which makes the card really awkward in slow decks. How's my day been? It's been pretty good. Got a bunch of stuff done. Called a friend of mine for an hour or so earlier today. Been enjoying the stream. Not like the busiest day ever, but it's been really warm in London though. We were going for like a 3 or 4 day long heat wave, which I'm not the biggest fan of because like English houses are really not built for heat. Ooh, it was kind of cool when I woke up. Caleb was still streaming.
I will survive you.
He was just doing like a super long stream, so I actually got to watch some of Caleb's stream for once. Caleb's stream is great, so I was very happy about that. He is one of the best Magic streamers. Just like never get to watch him though, because, you know, I'm asleep a lot of the time when he's streaming. What is the landfall event? Something we tried out earlier. It was kind of fun. Pretty happy to be playing standard now though. Yeah, it was a nice thing to wake up to, Paul. It was great. Always love a good Caleb stream. Wow, this is busted. How is this fair? Jeez. My Cavalier found more Cavaliers. Nice. Oh, this is great. This is just great. They're gonna play a creature we can't attack faster by Cavaliers, and it's gonna be really awkward, but... Okay. So this means they now die to Nexus, right? Which I think I'm okay with. I think that is acceptable.
Nature's always got my back.
Yeah, they basically died to Nexus regardless. This is true. Mono green, a powerful strategy. So like mono green had like the undefeated run, right, in the MCQW. Every time I've watched a streamer like play that deck since then though, it's looked very bad. I was like kind of surprised by the undefeated run as a result. Oh, wow, that's absurd. Yeah, it seems so bad. You think the MCQW result was actual witchcraft? Alright, this hand is nice. I'll happily keep this. Doesn't have a Risen Reef, but has everything else. Whoever we play, which of these we play on turn 2 will depend on how aggressive our opponent's deck seems. Not very. Okay. Esper can't beat Field of the Dead decks is the problem with Esper. As long as Esper can't beat Field of the Dead decks, it is like not a terribly exciting place to be. Obviously the power level on Esper is incredibly high. Kaya's Wrath is very good in the format, etc., but you just can't beat Field of the Dead, so it's not worth playing.
You would make an excellent opponent for Mystique and Fine.
I almost named Risen Reef that time. If I didn't have one in hand, I think I would have. Against the blue-black deck, but... yeah, this is the silly 3-color Reanimator deck. Oh, I do have a Temple of Mystery in hand. I guess I just go Risen Reef, play the Temple. If I see something sweet on top, I can plus naming it. Oh, now I drew a Llanowar Elf I want to play instead, though. Whatever.
I know I noted this somewhere.
Play my elf. One day our Tamiyo will find something nice. I guess at least all the cards we're not hitting are bad cards. Oh, my Risen Reef. Luckily, basically like the Risen Reef was in our hand all along.
The storied past holds our future.
Nice. That is a fun one. Jeez, our hand has just became absurd. This is great. The real Risen Reef was the friends we made along the way. Alright. This seems like it's going okay. If any elementals in the yard, we do not. We cast the Cavalier though this turn. Seems pretty good.
Let me aid your research.
I'm just gonna start naming Nexus. Skillful. No, my reef. That is a decent one. I guess I'll keep. Kinda sucks to waste the Scry, but I think I just want to get my tap plan down. Gonna be using all my mana every turn. So we currently have 7 mana. So even if they were to answer everything, we get to go Cavalier Quasiduplicate. Oh, this is great. I think they said they have a fix for it planned. At some point soon. And that they're seeing it as like a very high priority. Tap your Eugene. Is true. Soon is a nebulous word. With no true meaning. I probably have to restart Arena after this game, honestly. It might be why it's struggling so much. I haven't restarted it in a little while.
I think you will find
I won't be at Atlanta this year, I'm afraid. I almost ended up going to the Atlanta SCG, but I decided against it. Going to some different SCGs instead. So I can start by quasi-duplicating the Cavalier to get some non-Nexus cards out of my deck. I think the Magic Fests I'm going to be at for the rest of the year are... I'll be at Richmond, obviously, for the MC. I'm going to be at Bologna. Because Legacy GP sounds dope. Utrecht, maybe. The fact that lots of people from the Discord are going to that makes it kind of tempting. Like, I have, like, relatively little reason to actually go to, like, GPs as such. But, you know, hanging out with friends at that tournament does sound reasonable. Getting to see people who I won't have seen for a long time. So, might end up actually going to that one. We'll see. Need to think about it. Oh, there is a lot of value from ETB effects. Most certainly. It's possible Quasiduplicate is not the best in this matchup, but whatever. I enjoy it. Probably correct to ball it out, but I am having fun. I intend to keep doing just that. This is somewhat awkward. If someone told me this was a Mulligan, I might believe them. It didn't have a mana dork. If we got like our Risen Reef border ratio, we'd have nothing until turn 4. Obviously we drew a mana dork though, which is dope. I'm gonna restart the client after this game. That's the plan. Feel like Tamiyo is underperforming. It was pretty good that game. Yeah, she seems pretty bad against like the creature-based decks for sure. Against these sorts of decks, she's obviously great. She's very impressive that game, returning the Risen Reef to our hand. It was really important. And like she thinned out the deck so we could find Nexuses more easily. Alright, they're gonna kill the elf. Or, yep. Please give me an untapped land deck. Thank you. You're so giving. I appreciate you. Oh my gosh. Everything and more. They don't kill the reef, we get to duplicate it. Or if we draw land, we can just go with this Cavalier. I'm a bit scared that if I duplicate this, and I guess we get to attack and see if they have a disfigure that way. Alright, they don't, so I'm just going to cash this in now. Probably forces them to ritual if they have one. Now if we draw a land and they ritual set us, we still get to go Reef Druid to rebuild. Which would be amazing. That does not huge amount. Krasis question mark? Krasis is really good, but it could also just be Cavalier. Cavalier is certainly like not amazing here. Alright, it's pretty awkward that we run into a ritual set this way, but I really want to just dig for land drops. I'm gonna put this in my hand so I can cast the Leafkin. Awesome. We're just developing our mana a ton here. So now if we get sweepered, we can actually like still do nonsense. Yeah, hitting 4 lands on these 6 triggers has been awesome for us. Just to help protect us if we get shot down. Yeah, our reef triggers were really good, Marcus. They were some very good reef triggers. You know, well set up. We're forcing them to have a sweeper this turn or else the game is just over. I guess I get rid of the Leafkin? I'll also get rid of a Tamiyo. Maybe it's better to get rid of a Tamiyo.
Let your weak minds crumble.
Like, they have to answer a board, which means they're probably not discard spelling us this turn anyway. Name Nexus of Fate. Jeez, that's kind of brutal. That warps the game a lot. Now we don't have inevitability just from drawing cards. We should have to grind through their resources when they have like an Escanter in play and a Bolus. Yeah, this makes things a lot more challenging. It's gonna be interesting now. Like, as it was, I thought we were like quite far ahead. Now we have to win a fair game. Is eager to reason to bring in Narset to Russell. We have 3 Veils in the deck. So we're already like pretty good at answering Ego. Like maybe, but like probably not. I don't think I like the idea of bringing in something that narrow. Oh whoa, Canister. Thanks for the raid. Appreciate it. Welcome to everyone joining us. Hope your challenges went well today. Alright, so... milling ourselves is actually really awkward now the Nexuses are gone. Does put a Negate in the bin for the Tamiyo though, which is great. It's like one of the things I'm most scared of at the moment is a sweeper. Awesome. Veil is also great. Okay. So I tap this, and this, and this. I can go Tamiyo minus grab Negate. Then I'm like set up to fight through whatever they have between Veil and Negate. I'm not too worried about this game needing Tamiyo's abilities because it only has 1 loyalty anyway. Narset for Russell doesn't counter the original copy, it just returns it to their hand, I believe. So it does get around, like, uncounterable things. Huh. I don't really care about this that much. Maybe this is incorrect. No. It feels pretty hard for them to remove all my threats in one go since their sweeper is ritual. So even if they do have like discard spell ritual, the bolus is still gonna die. So I don't think I mind using the Veil aggressively. Get rid of this. Plenty of mana.
Conceivable. My intellect is
Awkward. We're not going to get the search out of play with the Blast Zone in time. Alright, I think this earns a negate, especially since we can just like Tamiyo back another negate if we want. How many Veils are we through? Just the one? So I can still plus Tamiyo to like dig for another Veil. I don't want to plus Tamiyo too many times because we don't have that many cards left in our deck relative to like the amount we're drawing every turn, but we're like pretty likely to hit the Veil here, and it's such a good thing to have in hand that I think it's still worth doing. Do I want to Tamiyo minus get a negate back? It wastes this free loyal Tamiyo. I think I kind of like that idea. I can also play a Cavalier to have Leaf on board next turn. So I'm going to attack Bolus for 2, attack them for 6. Yeah, so I want the extra Cavalier in play anyway. So I can set up Lethal with like Veil plus Negate backup. We have 15 cards in the library, I can probably afford to do this. Awesome. Alright, double negate Veil backup. Should be good enough. Unmoored Ego just actually didn't remotely matter, as is always the case with Unmoored Ego.
The past is never forgotten.
I was panicking, and then it did nothing. Tamiyo is just so good in these sorts of matchups. She's really underperforming against the creature decks earlier, but against these sorts of decks, she's just the single thing you most want. I think this does anything. Also, not a lot of things really do. I need to give my opponent to cast an opportunity to cast something else into the second negate in order to show off, so. Right. This deck does seem pretty good against these control decks, which is not a particularly big achievement. Kitty. Restart. Good call, Minosaur. Thank you. Appreciate you. I would have jumped straight into another match. I just wanted to play more. Definitely need to restart. Kitty got new wings. Kitty is quite rare now, indeed. Quite the rare kitten. I think I'm gonna go for like another half an hour, and then I'm probably heading off. See if we can get to the top 1000 in that time. The games with this deck are kind of slow sometimes. AS people scoop pretty aggressively though. It's like fairly clear when things are over, even if it's gonna take a little while. This has been pretty fun. I don't think this deck's that good, but feels like you're very reliant on drawing an early Risen Reef. Any game where you don't have a Risen Reef in like on like by turn 3 or 4, that can feel kind of mopey. Obviously the games where you do though, it's like extremely powerful. Does some very silly things. Alright, I will keep this, I guess. What a 5. See you, Lorelei. Thanks for hanging around. It's been nice having you here. Alright. Obviously not the smoothest hand we've ever had, but has the turn 3 Risen Reef, so it has potential. We can find that blue source. Awesome. Okay, another blue-green deck. Is this the flash deck? I hope it's not the flash deck. The deck is really annoying to play against. Okay. Escape Shift. I think we can, like, kinda go toe-to-toe Escape Shift as long as we have this early Reef. Wait, what? It's like just a mid-range deck? Oh, Gab, thank you so much for that raid. Bringing your people here. I appreciate that. It means a lot to me. How did Pigeons go? Please tell me you were winning with Pigeons. Pigeons is great. 6 and 2. Redefining the meta. Beat Javier in the last round. Jeez. Literally redefining the meta. Queued for the playoff. Dece. Good luck when that comes around. I didn't bother playing the mocks today because I'm at like an SCG thing on the weekend of the playoff. So it just seemed kind of pointless. But certainly wish you a lot of luck in it. Right. Fighting Store's been reasonable. Our Mulligan to 5 is certainly doing some stuff there. Like, as far as moles to 5 go, I almost want to copy this Risen Reef. Rather than just play a Cavalier. Yeah, I'm doing great, Mooch Master. I'm doing very well. I guess I'm just gonna go Cavalier Elf. Find another blue source. Sets me up to take better advantage of the Risen Reef next turn. Okay. Oh, wow, get to attack. Wild. So when does someone get to attack with this deck? So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. They do get to trophy my Reef though. Apparently they are targeting my Cavalier instead. It's interesting. I guess if they kill Cavalier plus Reef, they just get rid of all my nonsense, might be their thinking. Now we get to put a Reef on top of the library from our grave though. This is just amazing for us. We have a backup at the ready. Yeah, they can trophy again to get rid of this one, but then we just don't search and we keep this on top. So we're actually fine with that. Like, we don't get our land this way. We do get to keep our Risen Reef on top, which I think is much more important. Blocks. Now we get to do some nonsense. Play my Risen Reef. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Tamiyo. Interesting. So I can quasi-duplicate this, or I can just play this. I guess I just play the Cavalier. Depending on what I find here, I might be able to quasi-duplicate as well. If I find a land off the Reef trigger here, and a land off the Cavalier trigger, I'll be able to do it. I haven't played my... Jeez, brutal. I haven't played my land for turn yet. Alright. Just gonna hold back this 3-2 to block with. Life total is actually pretty low. This Cathnet's hit us a few times. Next turn I have 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. So I can go like Risen Reef, try and hit my Nexus. I don't know if I need to start Nexusing quite yet, but I'm gonna have to do it pretty... Okay. That is disgusting. That deck's sweet. This Cathnet's been amazing for my opponent. It's like dealt 8 damage and drawn them a trophy and a Nexus. Extremely strong. Oh my gosh. I think that means I die. Most likely. I think we're just... So we take 8, we go to 3. I can block a zombie. Yeah, I'm just dead. Wow. Also, they have a second turn coming up as well. They just deal 12 with just the Cathnet even. Yeah, we just take 12 from Cathnet. You're right, Mimi. It's a little brutal. I assume we want these Veils against them. I assume these Wildgrowth Walkers are very bad. Krasis is also probably bad. Some number of negates. Narset's Reversal is pretty nice against Nexus. I don't know if I'm going overboard on Veils. They have trophies, but I don't really mind getting trophied that much for the most part. I guess I'm scared of Unmoored Ego post-board mainly. Is like the big thing. Let's try this. I don't know if forward quasi-duplicates is too much once we're like taking out all this stuff. It's also delightful, so... It's possible you just want like 2 Jadelights, 2 quasi-duplicates. Like, kinda sounds reasonable. Play first. This hand doesn't have a Reef, but it has a turn 3 Tamiyo, which sounds very good. Turn 3 Tamiyo, turn 4 Cavalier is like pretty acceptable. Opponent's on the Mulligan. Opponent's just a catless monster. We need more cats in the wild. It's important. Alright, don't fall erasure my Tamiyo, please. We're miles ahead in terms of cat advantage. Alright, I think I want a Risen Reef. It's also possible I could name Veil. I think Veil is like a pretty reasonable thing to name, because then you get to go like minus get back land, play Cavalier, find green source, hold open Veil. It's a really appealing line. So I'm definitely just playing the Cavalier. I think. Yeah, just play the Cavalier, hit my lands. If I dump a Veil in the yard, it's possible I end up grabbing it. Wow, dumped 2 Risen Reefs. There's a Nexus that we are ill-equipped to use. I guess like a -3 Tamiyo for a land, maybe? I'm gonna get rid of this. Wait, no, I meant to leave it on top and then plus naming. I'm so bad at this interaction. I've not really played Tamiyo since Temples entered Standard. Alright. Well then. Suitably embarrassed. This is fine. Live and learn, yeah. Gotta do it wrong at some point. Right, what am I doing? Can I just get back my land drop ready for next turn? Oh, I've messed up and I'm embarrassed to plus. Okay, put a Quasiduplicate in the yard. That's pretty nice. That is certainly true, Vipka. Aw, you're welcome, Torrance. Always enjoy meeting new people.
I think you will find my
Assassin's Trophy. Interesting. They really want to get this Tamiyo to play, I guess. Right, I get to... Ooh, I drew a land, so I don't even have to minus Tamiyo here. I get to just, like, start aggressively plussing naming Nexus. That is true, Mimi. Oh my gosh. Name Nexus. Get non-Nexus cards out of my deck. Back your Tammy. Probably force the chump.
Do not harm my scrolls.
Alright, so I could just keep naming Nexus until I need to stop. I guess it's like a reasonable plan.
Seek and find.
Alright. So what am I doing next turn? I don't really want to just plus naming Nexus again. Because if I miss, I'm just like not really accomplishing anything. So I could get back a Risen Reef, play a Cavalier. Sounds pretty reasonable to me. And if I hit an untapped green source between these two, I get to hold open the Veil. It's not bad. Alright, untapped green source, please Cavalier. Or Risen Reef, either or, both work fine. Awesome. I'm just gonna get this Tamiyo off the board. I don't really care about my opponent's life total. Their life total is wholly irrelevant.
I will not not stand for such violence.
Based on, like, how many Nexuses we have relative to the size of the deck at present. Wild. Okay.
March into battle and make
Minus does nothing because of Tamiyo, so that's nice. Mm-hmm. So yes, I'm just gonna go ahead and cycle this. Yeah, the Liliana is not looking amazing here. Must be said. Sure. So it is plus name Nexus.
I know.
We are really bad at hitting with this Tamiyo. Oh. Alright. I guess I just plus again. Even if I miss, quasi-duplicating this Risen Reef is likely to get me there. Sure. Where are my Nexuses? Okay. Come on, deck. I believe in your ability to give me a Nexus of Fate. I only have 8 cards left in my deck. 4 of them are Nexus of Fates. Thank you. Glad we have an understanding. These Tamiyos do not like me at all, Moochmaster. To be fair, I messed up a Tamiyo plus earlier this game. It's just getting its revenge back on me. It's upset. I'm not using the card correctly. Alright. Top 1000, please. They do get to be on the play, which is pretty scary. That deck seems well equipped to fight us. It's kind of cool. It's like a mid-rangey Nexus deck that also just like has the whole field thing too going on with it. Attacks from like 3 very different angles. Assume it just demolishes Esper, putting Tamiyos in a deck like that. Alright, I'm gonna keep this. I'm not in love with it because it doesn't have a card advantage engine like a Tamiyo or a Risen Reef, but we do have early ramp and a Negate. We're against a Mold 5 as well, which is kind of nice. Hey there, Phonograph. Good to see you. Hey, man. You missed out on me calling you out earlier. Alright. Question is, are we negating it, holding them in negate next turn or playing the Druid? I guess it depends on whether they ramp. If they ramp, I might want to negate a Tamiyo, because Tamiyo is one of the ways they like get out of this card disadvantage hole they're in. What? How was I called out? What the heck? You'll never know. You missed out on it. You had to be here, man. We're corrupting you, Paul. That's a good thing. I encourage the continued corruption. no Tamiyo this turn because they don't have the mana, which is great. Not really much I'm scared of there. Veil's really nice draw. Let's play this Blast Zone and say go. Maybe take it up, depending on what they do. You're great, Mare. Appreciate you very much. Put a counter on this. Okay. I really want to keep holding open this Negate is the problem. So I guess I just say go. Then if they cast something into the Negate, next turn I get to go Tamiyo buy back Negate, which is like awesome. Suddenly control deck. Tamiyo with Negate is like one of my least favorite interactions in Standard. It feels so obnoxious. You just can't do anything against it. Alright, so we could play Tamiyo and plus, or we could just play this Cavalier. Playing Cavalier is like a little risky because if we brick on an untapped land, we don't have the gate open anymore. I think I still want to do it. This does a lot developing our mana like this, so we can start cycling Nexuses soon, right? It's really appealing. Oh my god, my Discord wants the rotisserie to be mono blue. That sounds great though, Paul. Why would you not want that to be the case? Alright, attack you with my 5/6. I guess I can just cast the Nexus. I literally have Veil up, so they can't counter it. Keep developing my mana. I'll Bant Rotisserie Draft. Rotisserie drafting Bant Cube is the real answer. I guess I just keep hitting them for 5. I'm kinda into this. Put the Nexuses back in my deck. Instead is so good to draw. Eventually they'll shump with the stupid zombie. Oh my god, this is great. This is just the purest magic. Oh. Alright, we finally convinced them to chump block. The highest level of magic is being played here. Oh my word. So I could just make a Cavalier. It's like not terrible. If I brick on untapped land off the trigger, it's slightly awkward. Must be said. You know, I feel like I'm so far ahead I should just plus and not take the risk of bricking on the Cavalier trigger.
I think you will find my notes helpful.
There's like no need to take that risk at the moment. Because it's so unlikely I lose if I play it safe. Alright, opponent. What you gonna do about this board? Drawn from Dreams. I think I can probably negate that. It's not like the most threatening thing in the world, but... Oh, Shnan, thank you for that raid. Appreciate you. Appreciate you sending your people here. Wow, this is where I get brutally punished for firing off that negate. Oh, shrug. Resolves.
Every story is an opportunity for new data.
Hey, small raids are still great. Still means you're getting to share your community with me, which I appreciate. Some good blue-green action. Oh, this deck is nice. Quasi-duplicating Risen Reefs is just purest magic.
To the library.
I think I'm just gonna cycle this Veil. You say wait for them to attack first, because I can block. If I find another Nexus, the game just ends, right? So I might as well just aggro cycle. Alright, so... I guess I put the Nexus back in my deck before copying the Risen Reef. Probably meant to copy the Cavalier, but this is more fun.
Seek and find.
Alright. It also doesn't matter what I do at this point. Details, details. Yeah, everything is great, Stunami. Life is nice. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I get to cast another Risen Reef before showing the Nexus. This deck is such a treat. Still not convinced it's actually that good, but it is a treat. Alright, I think I'm going to play one more match, and then I'm probably going to be off for the evening. It's because it's getting a little late over here, but I'm very much enjoying the stack. Pretty keen to play another one. Taking a look, see who to maybe raid in a little bit. I'm always really bad at choosing people to raid. Knowing who to choose. I'm gonna keep this. I'm not convinced the hand's actually that good. We don't have any ramp or any reefs. It's like certainly plausible that this hand is just not good enough. But hey, now it's great. They have an opt. Spectral. Oh my god, it's the flash stack. I don't want to do this, chat. I would like to play it against a different deck. MTG Arena is clearly the best online TCG. Hashtag sponsored. Okay. Wildgrowth Walker resolved. It does have disadvantages, such as having to lose to Simic Flash. Well then. I would like to cast this Jadelight Ranger. Maybe I meant to Quasiduplicate this turn instead. Oh, wow. I'm very happy I did not Quasiduplicate this turn instead. Would have been a disaster. Oh yeah, they also play Tyrant Scorn sometimes. Pretty good at like saving your creatures. Just keep jamming.
The moon looks intriguing tonight.
I'm gonna plus.
I noted this.
Don't know what I'm gonna name. That aspect has escaped me. Guess I could just name Risen Reef. If I get a Risen Reef in play, it's like pretty easy to fight through their counter magic, right? Merfolk Trickster lets them kill the Tamiyo. Okay, cast down. Tamiyo still lives. They're just ignoring Tamiyo. Jeez. It's terrifying. You're dead. Uh-huh. I guess I just grabbed this. Oh, I already had a blast, and then the temple would have let me scry for Tamiyo. Funky Flump. Thank you for that host. I appreciate you. We already have a Nexus in hand. I'm just gonna name Risen Reef again. Also name Nexus. Just to get more of them. Yeah, Temple plus Tamiyo is sweet. It's pretty easy to underestimate it. Alright, they have their good card. Hopefully this Cavalier buys us some time though. If they can't kill the Cavalier, should buy us a couple turns. It is quite the roadblock. Don't look at my Cavalier like that, like you're gonna kill it. Alright, get silent. Another Cavalier in the yard? We do not. Huh. Yes, I'm just gonna put Temple of Mystery on top. Then I get to go Nexus Temple next turn. And set up my mana to try and do some nonsense. Also, if they don't attack the Tamiyo this turn, plus gets to actually be a scry potentially. Alright, I wondered if you were a troll. Now I'm like pretty convinced. Yeah, I could have put Walker on top and then return Jadelight. That's fair. Then they probably just attack the Tamiyo, but it takes like some heat off me, which is pretty appealing. I don't really know which line is better. It's like kind of a tough position to be in. Oh wow, this is great. Jeez. This is awesome for us, having a Nexus on top. We might actually have a chance now.
I think you will find my notes helpful.
I get to do some really messed up stuff. You're disappointed in the lack of pigeons, but copying everything is cool too. I'm glad you appreciate the quasi-duplication at least. So I could get back a land. So the risky thing to do is just plus Tamiyo, hope we keep hitting Nexuses. The safe thing to do is I get back land, play Wildgrowth Walker. The next turn I get to like play a Jadelight and gain 1,000,000 life. They have a removal spell, this is rough. But otherwise I think it's like probably the correct line.
The storied past.
Yeah, we also want to hit lands every turn, it's true. It's just bad if they have like another cast down, right? It's really bad into the face of cast down. Yeah, they have black in their deck. They played like 2 cast downs and a trophy this game. I think what I meant to do is I meant to quasi-duplicate the Wildgrowth Walker. If they kill it, I can just plus name Nexus and cross my fingers. If they don't kill it, it means we're safe to go get a Jadelight Ranger. Oh no, it's not auto-passing at the moment, right? I don't know for sure that they have an Essence Scatter. You're 4-0 against Sultai Flash for pigeons. This is an appealing argument for pigeons, I'm not gonna lie. I do dislike playing against the Flash deck a lot. Yeah, it's been giving them priority for a little while. I think they might just have an opt. I guess I can play around Syncopate. No, they had an opportunity to cast Syncopate on Nexus, so they don't have Syncopate. I just cast the Jadelight. Yeah, this seems pretty good. I think this is an acceptable few turns we've had. Back to 20, say go. Whatever, didn't come here not to attack my 3-5. Turning back time like a true Nexus player. Oh. Do you think they regret not killing Tamiyo? Is it possible that they regret not killing Tamiyo earlier in the game? Yeah, the distinct suspicion they might do.
You are setting a bad example.
Right, name Nexus.
To the library.
I hope they don't have a removal spell. I guess I can just start with Risen Reef. Because I could draw a Nexus. Ooh, or another Jadelight Ranger. This way I don't have to run headfirst into a removal spell, which is nice. This is true, Moochmaster. Definitely respect dedication to go and face. There's not a Nexus of Fate. It's like pretty good though. Whatever. I'll keep it. It's a card that deserves a counterspell. Probably means I keep it. Also Turbo Mill our library, yeah, which is pretty nice. I don't want them just killing this Risen Reef, but like, if they use a removal spell on this, I just don't really care either. So I guess it's just safe to go ahead and do it. And if it resolves, it's amazing. It means we're digging through our library so fast. I wonder if they have Unmoored Eos on their board. Like, the Black Splash would help with that. Doesn't really seem like a card that deck would run, but it's not impossible. I can trade an Ambusher with a Wildgrowth Walker. If I care. Whatever, I just can't lose this game if I hold back. Shrug. Who needs to attack? Yeah, I just don't know how we lose the game if we have 3 5/7 Wildgrowth Walkers on defense. This is the thing. I don't really see any great need to attack. Attacking is overrated. Tamiyo. Rude.
Your aggression is noted.
They have 3 wolves making 3 wolves a turn. I'm not even sure that's good enough, but I guess we'll see. This is some nonsense. Great. Play another Wildgrowth Walker, I guess. Hey. Hey there, friend. Yeah, we'd hit Nexus way before the Overwhelm. I agree with that assessment. Put my Nexus back in the deck. But welcome to counter it, friend. Deal. Entirely acceptable. Gain 24 life. Oh. This matchup feels awful, but I guess we did just win game 1. So I'll take it. Alright. I'm convinced. Bring in protection from everything but your good card. Oh no, they have cast downs. This is probably still good to have in. Even then. Quasiduplicate actually seems really awkward against them. As does Tamiyo on the draw. Tamiyo was absurd there, but oh, Veil. Veil is amazing, you're correct. Stops the counter spells. Yeah, Veil is, and the removal. Yeah, Veil is absurd. Yeah. Veil is the best possible. You are correct. It's actually the best possible. Maybe even 3 Nexuses is still too many. Seems pretty good though. How do I feel about Veil of Summer as a design? Yeah, I think Veil is too good. It's also really awkward. I know Gab complains about this a lot, and I agree 100% with him that it is very frustrating that in Standard, Veil of Summer is either completely absurd or blank cardboard because of Teferi. Like, the fact that it's so extremely variable is really frustrating. Makes it really frustrating to play against. Are we ready to get Legions ended? Legions ended is gonna be oh, I can have Veil up though. I don't really want to telegraph the Veil, but I guess I meant to hold it up so I don't lose on the spot. If for some reason they have Legions End in their flash deck. Powerful magic card. Aw, thanks to the game's Chess Plum. Your deck seemed really sweet. The Kefnet was absurd in game 1. It was so strong. Alright, so I would like to play this Risen Reef, if that is acceptable to you. It is acceptable to you. Nice. I guess I don't want to attack because of like Merfolk Trickster. You've lost a game to that pirate giving Sailor Death Touch before. Wow. That's amazing, Squabbit. Alright, I would like to keep my Risen Reef alive, so I guess I'm cycling this. Yeah, the Kefnet Lottery with Nexus is absurd. Anytime you hit a Nexus, it's just like game over. I'm a bit worried. Now we're trapped underneath counter magic for the rest of the game. I guess every elemental we draw needs to be countered though, so... I need them to not have the 4/4. I need them to not have the good card in their deck. They did not have the good... Alright, they still have the good card in their deck, couldn't they? I guess I still need them to not have the good card in their deck. Alright. Oh wow, that is also a good card. I guess I just play this and say go. God, Nightback Ambusher is going to be so obnoxious once rotation happens. I am not looking forward to facing this card post-rotation. Putting Blast Zone on 4. I mean... we'll have 2 wolves by that point and have hit us for approximately 1 million. I guess it is an option. Oh wow, that's such a good draw. It's a very absurd draw. I should definitely have a blue source open at the moment. Alright, cool, this works. I mean, the game is not over. They have a Night Pack Ambusher active. Certainly in a good position, though. Alright, now the game might be over. I'd like to correct my former statement. The game is over. Sure. Another blast zone seems fine. Sago. This card is messed up. I guess Bale is messed up is the real answer to that. I kind of want to block this Poisoner and put a good card on top. Alright. I need to block this at some point, right? I can't just, like, let it hit me for 8. The climb is real. I'm kind of destroying with this deck. I'm still not convinced it's actually good, but it's a lot of fun. Alright, I think I'm calling that it for the stream for tonight. It's getting pretty late here. Who am I gonna send some people to? Okay, I'm probably gonna send y'all over to Steph. There are not that many people streaming that I know. I do like to raid Steph like once a week or so. She's playing Heroes of the Storm today, which I do not know a huge amount about, but I imagine some number of you will enjoy. Steph is great. Thank you everyone for watching. It's been a really fun stream. It's been really fun messing around with this silly deck and putting Omnisciences into play earlier.